Hello and welcome to another Mac Tips Weekly video. In today's video, we are going to look at the Widget Notification Center in macOS 11 Big Sur. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, the Widget Center in macOS Big Sur has gotten significant changes from previous versions of macOS. The feature set in the new Widget Center is just amazing. Everything from the way it looks and it just floats on your desktop, to how the widgets all are uniform and match, to how easy it is to edit, change, and just do everything with the widgets. First things first, you will see there's a slight difference from previous iterations of macOS, and that's how you access the widgets. So you now click the date and time up here in the top right-hand corner of your screen to get to your Widget Center. When you go ahead and click your date and time, you'll see your widgets appear. If it's the first time you're clicking it, you will have a preset list of widgets that Apple just kind of populates so that you see how it works. Since we want to edit that and build one ourselves, the first thing we're going to go over is how you remove widgets from the Widget Center. So you scroll all the way to the bottom here and you click the Edit Widgets button. Clicking that is going to bring up this 3-column window. The left side here, you're going to see a list of all the apps on your Mac that have widgets available. You'll see some widgets in the middle that are just suggested, and on the right hand side you're going to see the widgets that you currently have in your Widget Center. Since we want to get rid of these, we're going to scroll to the top, and just like in iOS, you click the minus sign and it removes the widget. So we'll just click that for all these widgets, and we'll get this to brand spanking new. Okay, as I removed all those, if I click done, you can see no notifications and there's no widgets showing. So we'll go ahead and click Edit Widgets, and now we can go ahead and start adding widgets to the Widget Center. As you can see in my list of apps here, there's a few more apps than the stock Apple apps. So we're going to add some stock apps first, and then we'll wrap the video up with some of my favorite third-party widgets out right now. First things first, I'm a real big fan of my calendar. So we're going to go ahead and grab the calendar, click on it once, left click, and you'll see all the available widgets will show up here. So the calendar, the stock Apple calendar, only has one widget available up next. And you can do a small, a medium, or a large. We're going to go ahead and do medium, just because I like my event showing, and then the month calendar so I can see where I'm at. Go ahead and click plus, and boom, you have it over here. Next up, I do want to see what the time is in a few different time zones. So if I click on clock, I can set a widget for just one city, or I can do a smaller medium widget for the world clock. I think we're going to do a medium. You'll see in your Widget Center, there's kind of a 2-column setup. The small widgets are going to be what we consider a 1x1. The medium, like you see here with the calendar, is going to be a 2 wide by 1 tall, and the larges are going to be a 4x4. So we'll add another medium here, and we'll show you how to edit that here in just a minute. Going down the list, I think we're going to add a podcast. You can see it just shows you your most recent podcast. You can do the small, the 1x1, the 2x1, or the 2x2, or the 4. I like this one because I like to see what podcasts I have, so we're going to go ahead and add that. Reminders, always important to see what's coming up next. We're going to add the small just to show you what that looks like. As you can see right there, that's probably my only complaint about the Widget Center. If you miss that little green button just a little bit to add it, you end up just clearing out of the edit screen. So you just have to click Edit Widgets again to get back. Now that we're here, we'll go back to reminders, and we're going to add the small. So I click the plus, don't miss it this time, and there we go. Last, we're going to look at screen time. Small, medium, large. We're going to put the small one in just because I want it to match up next to that reminder real nice. You can also add stocks. I've never used this no matter how many times Apple offers it, but if it's your thing, it's there. And you can do the small, medium, large. Last widget we're going to add is a weather app just because I want to keep up on the weather. Center on that little green button and click it, and there we go. Now you can click the done button. That editing window goes away, and you are left with the list of widgets you just built. If you don't like the way they were put in here and you want to, for instance, see your weather without scrolling, all you need to do is scroll down to it, left click and hold, and just drag to the top of your screen till it gets to where you want, and let it go. So you can reorder your widgets here without having to click the edit button. Going back into edit mode though, you can change where they are here as well. So now that we know how to remove widgets, how to add widgets, and how to reorganize them, let's look at editing the widgets. Over here on the right hand side, once we have the widgets added, all you need to do is right click on the widget, and a few of them are going to have this edit option. If we go ahead and click that, you can see the widget specific settings. So here for the calendar app, you can either mirror your app or you can choose what calendars you want to show there. Ideally, I'm just going to mirror my calendar app because I have it set up the way I want. If you click done, it's going to show there. Right click, you can click edit weather, and the only setting here is to set your location. Same idea, you can edit the clock, and here you get 4 different clocks. You just can pick a location for each of them or pick the order they're in. Go ahead and click done. Now, if we right click on screen time, you can see there is no edit button because there are no options available for it. But just like the other widgets, you can on the fly choose small, medium, large, and you do not have to be in edit mode to do this. So that is a very nice feature to really help you make the widget center what you want it to be. Now that you know how to edit your widgets, let's look at a few of my favorite third-party widgets that you can add to your widget center. First, top of the list is AirBuddy. AirBuddy is an app that does cost $10. It's not in the Mac App Store, but I'll provide a link in the description for this video. Basically, the AirBuddy does 2 features that are really cool. Feature 1, as you can see, it adds a battery window for your devices. This is something that you have on iOS and iPadOS, but for some reason, the Mac in Big Sur is missing it. AirBuddy helps add that back for you, and you can do small, medium, or large. We're going to go ahead and go medium. We'll add that and drag it up here a little bit so that we can keep track of the batteries. As you can see, I have my AirPods, my phone, and my wireless Apple keyboard all showing up there. Sticking with AirBuddy for just a minute, AirBuddy adds this little icon up here into your menu bar. If you click on, you can see a list of all your devices, and probably the coolest feature is it adds in the ability to see the status of your AirPods from your Mac, just like you can see on your phone when you open the case. All you need to do is hold the case close to your computer, at your desk basically, open up the lid, and you should see a little window appear. And as you can see, it tells me what's up with my AirPods, and if I click this window, it'll connect to it. So, very cool feature. Moving down the list, Bear is a great app. It's a replacement for Evernote for Apple Notes. It's a tag-based organization system. Planning on doing a video on that that'll be only for my patrons to really dive deep and show how to set it up and be productive with it. But if you're already a user, you can see you can add a single note, a search, or a sidebar. I personally love the single note because I put my daily schedule in there and it's always one click away. Drafts is another amazing app that has a really solid widget. Drafts is basically what the name says. It allows you to record drafts of your text, whether you want to record some to put on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, or if there's emails that you write all the time for work that you want to just be able to copy and paste real easily. It's just an amazing feature for that. So we'll go ahead and go add my list and my newest draft in there. If you take anything away from this video, I hope that it is that the Fantastical app is indeed fantastic. It's a replacement for the calendar on macOS, the default calendar, and adds an enormous list of features. It is kind of pricey, and you do have to buy it for the Mac and your iOS devices, but once you have it syncing everywhere, the features are amazing. I'll do a video on this for my patrons and really dive deep into Fantastical. This is going to be the calendar. You can do the small, the medium. You could just show the date. You can show your event list or the date and calendar. You have an event list. Just a whole lot of really cool stuff. Quick button for quick adding an event. Up next. Just an amazing, amazing app. So we're going to go ahead and add this guy. He's going to populate here as soon as we're done. Lookup is another great app. If you're into word of the day or expanding your vocabulary, Lookup is just amazing. So we're going to go ahead and add a medium. And if the guy's face creeps you out a little bit, it changes with picture every day. Or the picture changes with the word every day. But if we edit Lookup, we can actually change it to only show text, so you don't get a weird picture there without knowing it. Looking down here, Music Harbor, another great one. If you're into music, download Music Harbor from the Mac App Store. It's free to download, and you can see I'm using the free version here. You add your favorite artist to it, and it'll show you their latest releases and upcoming releases. So we're going to look at the latest because I want to see what I need to go listen to. The last app that I want to show you is Things. Things is a replacement for the Reminders app and is just so much more robust than Reminders that we can't go over it here. So again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but expect a video on this from my patrons, really diving into it and showing how it works. For now, though, if you click, I prefer the medium for this one, you can add new to-dos and all your to-dos will show up here. And again, you could always add stocks if you want to. That's everything that you really need to know to get started with your notification center. Scroll to the bottom and hit done. Now your notification center is set up the way you want it to. You can go in any time of the day and make changes, reorganize it, put the things you need where they need to be, and you can change it up day to day. You know, there's nothing saying you have to set it once and forget it. Well, that's everything that we have today for the Notification and Widget Center in macOS Big Sur. I hope you learned something today. I hope you are more comfortable with using the Widget Center. Last tip I'll leave you with is every time you install an app or update an app, you want to click Edit Widgets. More and more companies are going to put out apps that have dedicated widgets tied to them. If you miss it in the installation process, click here every now and then and just see what new you have to add. Well, I hope you found that interesting. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more, I recommend you subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/MacTipsWeekly, all one word, and see videos that only my patrons get to see early release videos for these free videos, and above all, you can help me create these videos and keep up to date with the latest software and hardware and keep finding the time to make them for you. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed that. Get the most out of your Mac and your notification center. Have fun with your Mac. And as always, don't forget to Mac on.